Hello, I'm in the studio. I'm on a real camera under real lights, so something must be drastically wrong. Is it okay for clients to abuse business owners? Like to absolutely go off on one? I'm going to share some WhatsApp messages from a client that I had in the studio in February who went off on one because I asked her to pay a session balance of €147.50. So on the 16th of February, I got a message through LinkedIn from a lady who'd been trying to get herself sorted to come into the studio for quite a while. She messaged me and said, is it okay if I pay through Revolut for the session deposit because my card was scammed or my card was compromised, whatever. And I said, yeah, fine, no problem, Revolut's fine, or you can pay through PayPal or whatever else. And she ended up paying the session deposit through the website when she booked through PayPal, which is literally 2 clicks of a button. Done. Easy. On the 18th of February, she came into the studio and we shot headshots and we had a really good session in the studio. It was all good. There was a weird undertone though as we were talking. Now this place is like a confession box. People tell you absolutely everything. Well, tell me everything. She talked a lot about her divorce. She'd had a death in the family and she was talking a lot about her divorce, which was impending. 11th of March, it turns out. And she spent a huge amount of time talking about things that have happened with the husband. He had a protection order against her, she had one against him, they're not allowed to communicate. He tried to get her arrested because she sent a text message or an email or something to him. And it's all toxic. But we played through it, we shot headshots, it was all good, we had a laugh. And after the session she sent me a message, or she actually asked me in the studio, where should I go for food? So I sent her to a Murray around the corner. It's a Sicilian restaurant, it's very good, so I sent her around there. She sent me messages again on LinkedIn with pictures of the menu, her glass of wine. It was all good. Now, that's where the goodness ends. Because I sent her on the link for the session balance of €147.50. And she messaged me back to say, look, it'll be after the 11th of March. And I thought, you know what, she's got a lot going on. I'll try and be sensitive to that situation and just let it go until the 11th of March. I set a calendar reminder for myself to check up on it on the 13th of March, which is the Friday, the end of that week. Friday the 13th, it was always going to go wrong. And when I went to email her to say it hasn't been paid, you know, here's the link again and here's the invoice, I got an out of office to say that it was to text her, so I sent her a text message. When I sent her a message on WhatsApp, I'm going to share the WhatsApp messages with you and you can decide for yourself whether I'm overreacting or I'm not. I just reminded her it was due. She said that she had only the headspace to cope with admin stuff for 30 minutes a day and that it wasn't getting done because it wasn't an emergency. Now I'm fairly sure it's not an emergency because it's a session balance that was only overdue by like a month, but it's grand. I've other invoices that are outstanding for a lot longer, but that wasn't the point. I said to her, look, as long as, like, just done in a professional, like in a kind of timely manner, in a professional manner. I can't exactly remember the text messages, but you're going to read them because they're going in the video. And then it just exploded. I was told that I had 3 options. I could essentially shove it up my arse. So I could either write it off, I could sell the debt, or I could wait until she's ready after maybe the 14th of April to pay it whenever she sees fit. Is it just me? Like, is there something wrong with me that I'm offended by this? On Friday the 13th, I was extremely offended by it. I was outraged by it. I was outraged by the way she spoke to me in those text messages. And you can read those text messages and make your own judgments. Is it just me overreacting, or is it wrong? Like, as far as I'm concerned, it is hugely wrong that somebody, a client, should speak to a photographer, to somebody that they've contracted, somebody they've used for anything, hairstylist, anything at all in that manner. But maybe it's just me. So I'm asking, what do you think? And to be sensitive to her, I'm not going to name her. Her name was in the text messages because she signed every single text message like it was an email, but I'm not going to bother. And for GDPR as well, I'm definitely not going to out her. But like, what do you think? Honestly, that's my take. The whole video is like, what do you think?